What's up everybody, welcome back to RapTutorials. I'm Larry here to teach you how to rap better. In this tutorial, I'm gonna take a user request. I was asked to help find a voice, like how do you find your voice as a rapper? What things can you do? What techniques can you utilize? I'm gonna start, before I even get to the tutorial, I'm gonna start with this disclaimer. If you're not confident in your voice, if you're not confident in how you sound, that like you're not gonna be able to make great music, you feel like whenever you hear yourself on a track, it just sounds bad. Trying to sound like somebody else is an inauthentic way in trying to improve how you rap. You should focus 100% more than anything else I can show you in this video on bars and writing incredible punchlines, writing great raps, learning about cadence, learning about delivery, about flow, swag, learning how to ride the beat. All the other subtleties of rap, I promise you, will help you more than learning how to fake your voice. Be more confident in what makes you and your voice unique. I can tell you that anybody out there who has good bars can be a rapper. Like, it's almost as simple as that, especially now. Now, the key to this tutorial though is, I wanna tell you this. You have to stop thinking about rap as just rap. And like, why you can't find your voice is probably because you'll make a song or you'll make a rap and you feel like what you've put into it, what you get out of it, you don't like it. It doesn't sound very ear pleasing. It doesn't sound like, very professional. And there's a couple things that you can do to actually increase that for yourself. All the tips and advice I can give you is only gonna be a modifier on your main offering, which is your actual and authentic voice. What I'm gonna tell you first and foremost is you already have your voice, right? How you sound is how you sound. So here are some helpful tips that I can offer you and how to find a better sound for yourself, but still remain authentic, specifically in regards to voice. All right, so my first tip for you guys today is, remember, if you're making rap music, the second half of that phrase is music. Your voice is an instrument, right? Nobody wants to hear a rap song where you just talk over the beat. You can say hot bars, but I'm telling you, if you just talk over the beat, there's an opportunity, you're leaving money on the table is the best way to describe it. You're making rap music, right? So a lot of rappers, what they do right now is they introduce melody into their raps. I'm not saying straight on singing, but I am saying melody, so it's like, I got a girl and she thought I was a trapper. Coming through, I hit her with disaster. It's style, be moving on and it's faster. Like, you hear a lot of talking, a lot of rap, but then you hear like a note. You hear one part of the rap, they're introducing at least some sort of melodic phrase or melodic word or just saying something with some melody. So when I think of rappers like Kevin Gates, I think rappers like Tupac, 50 Cent even does a lot of this, Ja Rule. If you start listening to rap, knowing this, you're gonna start hearing it where you're like, dang, I used to think people were just good at rap because they rap. But when you actually know that it's rap music, they're still making a song. They still follow the same rules as music theory presents, like, hey, this note is ear pleasing, especially when it's followed by this note. Say everything in the same key. Those same principles that people use when singing can apply themselves to you rapping and still have a great effect. So keep that in mind. You definitely want to look for ways you can potentially use melody because one, it's still your voice, but two, the result is still a little more ear pleasing. So you're staying authentic, you're not copying. So if you can find a way, like maybe one or two words in your phrases or in your bars to just drop in like some sort of melodic note. And again, not singing, but just something with a little melody, something to kind of just spice it up a little bit. That definitely helps. It's something that I do and it's something that I suggest you look into as well. Second tip for you guys is understand that there's different ways to actually rap. Like, look for a way to be a little more creative in your delivery, in your cadence, to break up how your rapping actually sounds. You can say the same words, but how you say it, when you say it, especially if you have a beat behind you, can completely change how the listener appreciates your rap. So for example, if you were to say something like, get it straight to your door like the Amazon box, Larry Charles throwing dice and I'm always on top. If you hear what I'm saying there, like I have a pattern, I have a cadence where I'm like da 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 da. I'm following a pattern, right? Like, and again, it actually references melody as well, because it's not just me hitting a note, but it's a pattern. Like I've set that I'm gonna go 4 4 4 4 8 6 4. 4 4 4 4 8 6 4. I don't even know what those numbers mean. I'm just saying that like if I'm here on this level, then I've taken it higher, brought it down some, brought it down some. So I'm creating a pattern that the user can listen to and start to like at least predict or appreciate. So as long as you hit 2, 3, 4, 5 bars, well, usually something even like 2, 4, or 6 bars with that pattern, you create a great opportunity for the user to appreciate what you're making. Learn about cadence, learn about how many different ways you can say one sentence in one period of time. Like that might even be a challenge, right? Just take the same sentence and see how many different ways you can break up that one sentence and have it still sound appealing. Sitting on a bench filming the vlog, sitting on a bench filming the vlog, sitting on a bench filming the vlog, sitting on a bench filming the vlog. Like that's just one sentence, but I'm just trying to chop it up in different ways and see what I can come up with to make it feel a little more exciting. That's something that you can do as well. I noticed my voice didn't really change at all, but how what I said came across feels differently depending on which pattern or which cadence you kind of develop for yourself. So that's another thing that you can do. You can mix master and add in vocal effects, auto-tune, things like that. If you have 100% authentic voice, then that's your raw voice. Anything you add on top of that is gonna take down from the authenticity, right? So like if you add in auto-tune, if you add in reverb, if you double effect your voice, if you pitch stretch, if you do any of these, you know, time stretch or pitch scale, whatever I'm not much of an engineer, but if you add in all these extra layers to your voice, you're changing the authenticity of your product. Which means, let's say someone comes to, you know, hear you perform your song in concert and it's like, this sounds nothing like the record. Everybody hates that. You can do a little bit of it, right? Like you can do a little bit of that extra stuff and still maintain at least unique presentation. Or you have to accept the fact that you're always gonna do that. So I would say, I think somewhere around 2007, 2008, I think I heard Lil Wayne like definitely lean into the auto-tune, and he just like fully accepted that almost as like that's gonna be part of his product, part of his brand from that point on. And I don't know if I ever heard a song that he made, like a radio song, that didn't have at least the Lil Wayne kind of auto-tune effect added in. Again, like T-Pain. A lot of people didn't even know what T-Pain sounded like or how he could sing without auto-tune for a long time because that was just part of his brand. And he said, look, that's gonna be part of my sound. The reason why I don't suggest that as the primary thing is because anybody can add auto-tune to their voice, and everybody who adds auto-tune to their voice sounds like someone who added auto-tune to their voice. And immediately as soon as you hear that song, if the bars aren't hot, you get thrown into that box of you just added auto-tune over yourself to try to sound tight. And 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna go very well. So that's why I left that tip last, is don't forget that you can mix and master and add a little bit of effect and stuff to your voice, but the primary delivery of that sound is still your own unique voice. Shit, these lights are hot. So you still have to keep in mind that your voice is the primary vehicle of what's being delivered. So adding auto-tune is just something that goes on top. It's like adding a spoiler to the car. It doesn't change the fact that your car is a Mustang, that you just added a spoiler to it. And keep in mind, 100% of the time, remember that you're making music. This is rap music. You're making a song. Even your voice has to be part of the musical formula. Even your voice has to be part of that musical experience. So utilize music theory to change how you deliver or how you say things. Going from how you say things to how you say things. Like you can hear there's a sonic difference between the pitch that I said this word at and the other two. Like I'm breaking up the monotony of my rap by taking your ear on like a journey as it's like a roller coaster ride, right? Think about your sound waves. Like you don't just want to be soft, you don't just want to sing, you want to do everything. You want to be soft at times, then come in hard. You want to, you know, speed up, you want to slow down. You want to get to a point where you can understand that you have so many tools to choose from and how you can deliver words that it doesn't even really matter about like how you sound at that point anymore, because you're utilizing the different ways in which you can sound, even though it's still your voice. Like it's still your voice, it's still you. And that's like your #1 tool, man, is like just understand that even if you feel like you sound nerdy, even if you feel like you sound too deep or you too soft or too twangy or too X, Y, and Z, it's 2019 as I recorded this video. I've heard every type of person rap, and I have good examples and bad examples of every type of voice. So it doesn't matter what you sound like as long as you know how to sound as good as you possibly can and understand that you're still making music. So you try to be musical. When you deliver, I promise you, you won't have any problems. You won't have a fear of, you know, like, oh man, I sound terrible. You sound terrible because your final product is terrible, right? Could you do some more mix and mastering? Could you maybe do a little more melodic presentation? Could you break up your speed, your flow, or your cadence? Can you come with more energy, or can you take it back though? Like DMX when he gets on the rapping tracks though. You gotta understand that there's so many different things that you can do that doesn't even change your voice, it just changes how people hear you. I don't know, double down on yourself. That's your #1 tool. I'm gonna leave it with that. I really hope this tutorial helped you guys. Again, I believe in all of this. Anybody with a voice can rap, I'm telling you. Just bars over everything. Hot bars, you won't have a problem. If that's your number one goal, if that's your number one aim, I'm sure you'll be a great rapper. But if you can't, or if you're not there yet where you feel like no matter what you sound like your bars are incredible, rewind this video, watch the tips, and you know, stay involved. Larry Charles here, spitting more hot tutorials out at you guys as often as possible. And yeah, I got way more time to keep making more of these. So again, if you have a suggestion for a video, drop it in the comments, because I read the comments, I find good tutorial ideas, and then I save them on my computer to do a tutorial about it. Again, this was a fan requested tutorial, and the next tutorial that I'm recording is a fan requested tutorial. So I just want to make the content you guys want to see, all right? Larry Charles, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like this video, like it, share it, recommend it. Thank you very much for being a part of this, all right? I'll just leave it at that. See you guys later.